Hey everyone, I'm Matt, and welcome back to the Ozarks. In the last video, I was in the far eastern side of the Ozarks exploring an area that I had never been to before in the Sillamore Ranger District. This time I am in the western side of the Ozarks, in an area that I am familiar with, but the goal today is to find a Riverside campsite on the Mulberry River that I'm definitely going to explore, one that I haven't been to before. It looks epic on the satellite imagery, but we'll see what it's like when we get there. I know of two others that are great camps on the Mulberry, so I've got backups if that one's not so great. But the goal today is to find an epic campsite on the river and hopefully catch dinner. I brought my fishing pole, and also brought my new fly rod. We'll get that line wet for the first time, and we'll see what happens. It is considerably warmer today than it was last week, so I'm hoping that maybe it'll make the fish more active. I have fished every major stream in the Ozarks except for the Mulberry. So far, the only stream that I have actually caught fish big enough to actually cook and eat has been the Buffalo River. Struck out on the Big Piney, struck out on the Little Piney, struck out on Illinois bayous. So we will see. We'll see if I have any luck on the Mulberry. I figure it's got one of the best chances of holding some good fish. So we'll see. That's the plan. Right now, I'm just cruising on some Forest Service roads. There's a cool landmark up here that I want to stop at, but then I want to head down and go skirt back and forth along the river and see what we can find for camp. Well, this is a rock called B-Rock, and the Forest Service had to put up this sign because people would back their vehicles in here for a photo op, because reasons. But yeah, it's called B-Rock. I don't know why it's called B-Rock. It's not in the shape of a B. It doesn't look like I guess maybe it looks kind of like a beehive. I don't know. I love finding these kind of cool rock formations. It just makes you wonder how it happened and how long it's been there. There's a lot of giant rocks here. That one's just kind of over here isolated. You can see the bluff line up there. A lot of big chunks of rock down here. Kind of makes you wonder if it used to be up there and rolled down. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Who knows? But it's cool. No time to carry on. If I don't catch fish, I do have a backup meal. Some crawfish boudin that my friend Rusty from South Louisiana, who was in the last video, brought me a while back. So I'm anxious to try that. He always brings me the best Cajun goodies. Love him so much. But this will be the last video of the year. I know when this video comes out, Christmas was yesterday, so Merry Christmas. Hope everybody had a fantastic holiday. Had a good time with family and friends. But it will also, I'm thinking this will be the last video in Sully before the engine swap. I think. I'm not exact. I think so. Coming up the week after Christmas, over New Year's, Kara and I are going to go down to the Big Bend area of Texas and the Ross Monster and take a few days and just go enjoy that, see what we can see down there in the big truck, because as soon as the engine is finished in Sully, it is game on. And so we're gonna head out and go and see what we can find. The only thing delaying us right now is Sully. So that's what's coming up. I'm chomping at the bit to get to the Moab area again and just stay, maybe sometime around Easter Jeep Safari, and just stay. And I want to create the overlanding route, do an overlanding loop around Moab. So I mentioned that in last year's video around EJS that I had that idea. It's still high on my list of things to do, and so I want to do that. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have all the freedom, and I can't wait. We've started getting all the parts in for the new Wrangler Ren, and Kara is chomping at the bit to get that thing built. So she is so ready. But that's gonna be sweet. Full 3.5-inch Clayton long arm lift on it, 38-inch Milestar XTs, some sweet shocks from Carbon, which was a new brand for us that we met at Overland of America. They're real big in the racing industry, but we're gonna do Carbon shocks on it, and if we like them enough, we'll put Carbon shocks on Sully. Full Asphere skid plates underneath. So I mean, it's gonna be dialed and awesome and ready to hit the trails. So that's kind of what we're up to in the midst of the busyness of the holiday season and New Year's. All right, I've connected with the road that parallels the Mulberry River. I've got 2 campsites on this side of the river that I've been to in the past. I've never fished there, but I want to check those out first as my backup, because today is Saturday and they may be taken. So I want to check those out, and then I'm going to, the second one I'm going to check out has a water crossing that will get me to the other side of the Mulberry, and the new campsite is on that side. So fingers crossed. All right, campsite number 1 that I've stayed here multiple times, but I've never fished and I've always wanted to, is right here, and no one's there. But look at that body of water. I think that looks amazing for fishing. That bank right there. The new spot's gonna have to be quite epic for me to not turn around and just come back to this spot. I mean, that's just perfect right there. Okay, we'll see. All right, campsite number 2 is down here. I'm shocked that no one was at that spot. Like, no one was. There's quite a few campsites along this road, and nobody's been at any of them. It is 66 degrees today. It is beautiful. I'm wishing I had brought a short sleeve shirt, because I didn't. Low tonight is upper 30s. I mean, this is perfect camping weather, and there is nobody there. But my luck, I'll get to the 3rd campsite, the new one that I want to check out, decide to come back to that one, and then somebody will be there. The river was running a lot better than I thought it would too. Oh yeah, this has some fun little mud holes. This is a lovely campsite. Don't remember what the water looks like here though. And again, no one's here. Oh, that looks deep. I'm also not sure that water crossing still exists. I don't see the connecting trail on the other side. Wow, this has changed quite a bit from when I was here last. It's beautiful. Okay. All right, that's doable. Clear water, rocky bottom. I can see bottom all the way over there. Don't like this so much as a fishing spot. And coming down that will be fun. And then that's all rocky. All the way over there to that one. I'm gonna try to not just slip immediately into the hole. Perfect. Piece of cake. Well, that was awesome. That was a good one. I like that one a lot. I'm really surprised at how deep the water is right now. I mean, we did get some rain earlier in the week, but I didn't figure it'd be enough to really bring the water levels up that much. But that was cool. That was beautiful. I like that one. Well, I did just encounter a group of 4 side-by-sides heading the other direction. I'm curious if they crossed there, because that's pretty deep. I would imagine that would get inside a side-by-side. But I don't know. But one of them stopped me and said hi and loves the channel, and they have a Gladiator as well. And that was super cool. All right, I'm super anxious and super pumped to find this new campsite. The only downside to it's on the other side of the river, and there's not a lot of trails there. Like the only reason you go there would be to there. It looked fantastic on satellite imagery, so we'll see. I can't imagine that trail gets used very much, so I'm curious to see kind of what the state of it is in. But I'm not that far from it. Man, even this little stream is flowing. Little waterfall over there. That's cool. I can hear it flowing, but there's a ginormous crack here. Look at this. I don't think I can get in and out of that. Let me go this way. Well, at least you get to it from the top. Okay, that's a cute little waterfall. Man, that is some rugged terrain through there. Holy cow! But yeah, that'd be a neat little. Looks like maybe 6 feet tall, maybe 7, 8 feet tall down there. Cool. All right, just got to swing around on the dirt roads, and it's a short little trail to get down there, so shouldn't be too much longer. Well, this is interesting. I don't know which one of these is. I guess this is the Forest Service road. Why do they have a sailboat over there? There is a sailboat in their yard. We are nowhere near a place to go sailing. Right, this way. Yeah, this all looks good. Alright, well, this is wild. Makes us see, it should be right around the corner up here. But this is just a little sliver of National Forest and Forest Service Road past a bunch of private property. And it's just a little corner in right here on the Mulberry. Alright, I mean, this is a nice and clear spot. What's down there? Huh. Let's go see. The question is there a spot down here to camp on the water? Maybe. Oh yeah, this is nice. Oh gosh, this is beautiful. This would be an amazing sound to sleep to, that's for sure. I think I'm gonna stay here. I think the fishing would be better at the other spot. But this spot is far more isolated. And I just love the sounds here. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. All right, first priority is fish. It's 3:30, so I don't have a lot of daylight left. I can set up the tent and everything later, but it's time to fish. I'm gonna just try my ultralight first before I break out the fly rod and see what I can do with that. I don't know if this is a good fly spot or not. I mean, there's no trout in here, so, but it'll be fun. I need to do a little more research on this stuff, but those of you that know better, what's the rule for cold weather fishing? Deeper? Is it deeper in a stream like this? Is there even a chance to find a fish? I know they get more lethargic in the cold, so thought I'd give the top water a try. Now I'll switch to something that runs a little deeper. It's a leaf fish. I'm just not sure that the water's deep enough here. It's still pretty shallow even out there. So, I don't know. I'm gonna go get my fly rod and just to get a feel for it. All right, here's my little setup. Got a little pouch. Came in all of this little kit. Got it at Bass Pro. Little 4-piece rod, 8.5 feet. Number 5. Let's get this set up and see if I can even cast this thing. I have very limited experience at big iron in a lake. I did catch 5 fish though. They were this big, but I still caught them. So that's something, right? This is going to be the worst fly fishing video ever. One of the priorities on our upcoming travels is to hire a guide and actually have someone teach me. Oops. Start over. Okay, I got the line through. Step 1. One of our patrons came up to me at our Maris event a few weeks ago and brought me this whole thing of flies that he hand tied, which I thought was super cool. And I was shocked at how tiny some of these little guys are. And I have no idea what the difference is between a fly, a nymph, a woolly booger. I don't know. I'm going to go with this because it's bright, and yeah, that's why I'm gonna go with that little guy right there. I don't know what I don't know. I do know those aren't great. Okay, that was good, I think. I have no idea what type of fly I should be using in this environment. Sinking, surface, I don't know. I think this one sinks. Oh, I think that was a good one. Okay, once it's out there, do I just let it sit? Do I reel it in? I don't know. That's a good one. That was a bad one. Boom. Boom. I think that was my best one yet. My fly flew off. Clearly I didn't tie it well. Okay, well I think that's my sign to pack it up. I don't think this is a good spot. If anybody watching has a guide service, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, California, any place with some good trout fishing, and you want to teach me, hit me up. Let me know, because I think that's what I'm gonna have. I think I'm gonna have to do. Just hire a guide and let them show me the ropes in an area that's realistic to catch something. All right. Well, you know what they say. A bad day fishing's better than a good day at work. And for me, it's both. It was a bad day fishing, and it's a good day at work. All right, the temperature is starting to drop significantly. Time to get a fire going. I'm very glad that I brought the boudin sausage back up because I'm getting hungry. Well, I got a new piece of gear that I wanted to bring and test out. It's a new flat pack fire pit. Ugh. It is ridiculously heavy. It is, I don't know what gauge steel that is, but it's thick and it's heavy. It's by a company called Boondocks, and they reached out to me and asked if I would test out their new product for them. And I said yes, and they offered to, look at this, look, they put my logo in it. That's cool. So far my biggest gripe with this thing is that it's just ridiculously heavy because it is a really thick gauge steel. My other flat pack fire pit that I've been using for years, I mean it's a lot lighter weight, but the metal from getting hot has bowed and warped and stuff. It still works, but it's just bent from heat. So we're gonna see how this works. And it's got a grill on top, so I'm gonna cook my sausage on the grill. This right here is the absolute best. Warm fire, beautiful sunset, amazing river, the sounds of the fire and the river. This is the best. It does not get any better than this. Crawfish boudin. Yummy. First time having crawfish boudin. That's yummy. I was worried it might be too spicy. It's not. That's really good. Well, there's not much fire left, but there's a whole lot of heat coming out of this thing, which is awesome. I think when you run out of fire, it's time to go to bed. It's not that cold. I mean, it's cold. It's just not. It's not see your breath cold. What an incredible night. I absolutely love this spot. And that sound of the river all night long. Woke up a couple times. But it's just nothing. There's nothing that beats that I have encountered so far. I think Riverside camping has got to be my favorite. Bluffline views are nice, but Riverside camping, I think, is the best. All right, gonna do something that I've been wanting to do for a while. When it comes to breakfast, I love my biscuits and gravy. And there are two companies that do a really good job of freeze-dried biscuits and gravy. One is Peak. They came out with theirs first. This was the first biscuits and gravy that I loved. And then Mamu's Camp Kitchen has their biscuits and gravy. And I want to do a taste test of the two. So I'm going to make 2 entire biscuits and gravies. I'm not going to come close to eating all of either one of them, because that's a lot. So yeah, Peak versus Mamu's biscuits and gravy showdown. Let's see how this goes. Okay, what I've learned, the Peaks, the Peak comes with big pieces of biscuit. Best thing to do, break these up in here and to bite into smaller pieces. They absorb the water better. And that's what the guys at Peak told me. Also, don't forget to take out the little oxygen absorber packets. The Mamu's comes with theirs already kind of broken up, and their sausage is kind of in the biscuit. Look at that. All right. Start with the Peak. If you want to see a comparison between the gas heater and the diesel heater, let me know in the comments, because I haven't fully tested them side by side yet, but I kind of want to. So if you're interested in seeing gas versus diesel heater, let me know. So far, I don't think the gas is as efficient as the diesel heater, because this has a full 2-gallon tank. I filled it up last night, and I would not get 2 nights of runtime out of this. And I've had diesel heaters in the past with less than a 2-gallon tank go 2 nights, and I had this set on level 2 out of 5. So let me know. I'm curious to test them side by side. The advantage to this is I only have to carry one type of fuel: gas truck, gas heater. So that's a win. Timer's done. Time to test. Consistency feels about the same. I think I can tell I added too much water to this one, but that's a me problem, not a them problem. Actually, I did not add too much to this. I could have added more to this. Look at this. Here's the consistencies. They're 8 ounces is what they called for. I did 1 1/4, probably slightly more than 1 1/4 cup for that one. I like the gravy look of that one. That one looks a little more thick. But let's test. Yeah, that's thick. This is the peak. I mean, that's a good biscuits and gravy. Like, I would cook these at home. I do like the consistency of the Mammoo's better. Could just be a water thing. Both are good. Both are real good. Mammoo's definitely has better seasoning. The problem with a lot of biscuits and gravies is they're way too salty. And I like a lot of salt. And a lot of biscuits and gravies are too salty. Both of these are perfect on the salt level and the pepper level. But there's some extra flavoring in the Mammoo's that the Peak doesn't have. Some sort of extra herbs or something in there that the Peak doesn't have. Both are excellent. Mammoo's wins. I mean, I knew that if anyone could do a biscuits and gravy right, some guys from Louisiana could knock it out of the park. And they have. So, the advantage to Peak, you can get these in any store. REI, Academy, whatever, you can get Peak. Mammoo's you have to order from their website. I'll leave a link in the description. But, yeah, Mammoo's wins. I wouldn't turn down either one of them. Well, if I had to pick, I'm picking Mammoo's. Been enjoying my breakfast and trying to figure out what direction I'm going to go out of here. Like I said yesterday, the problem with this spot is there's not much on this side of the river as far as National Forest goes. So there's very few Forest Service roads and trails on this side of the river. But it looks like there's some county roads that'll take me back a different way to the highway that at least have interesting terrain. We'll see what we'll go that way and see what it's like. So about time to head out. All right, off to see what we can find. Need to start a new track for today. Also need to defrost my windshield. There is another little offshoot trail that also ends at the river. And I'm gonna check it out real quick. See if it's an even better campsite than what I was at last night. Well, no, not really. But beautiful swimming hole, I think. Yeah, the other one's better. This is, you could fit 2 vehicles here, maybe 3, but leveling would be hard. The water's beautiful. Looks deep here too. This might have been a better fishing spot. Okay, well now I know. All right, this is gonna be all new. I suspect just cruising down some beautiful county roads. And this is beautiful up here. Can you imagine having that view, waking up every day to that? Well, I've hit pavement and I want to air back up and head home. This is, it's a little emotional. It's a little bittersweet. The last trip in Sully in its current state. The next time I'm out in Sully, it will be Sully 2.0, which will be awesome. Not only new engine, but taller lift, long arms in the rear. I'm gonna take the time while the body's off to while they're replacing the engine to clean up a bunch of stuff under there, wiring, and I've got a few lights that are out here and there that I've got replacements for. I've just been too lazy at home or too busy at home to deal with that. So yeah. I'm a little sad, but a lot excited. If you would, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get up. If you would, please subscribe and push that bell notification so you get notified when we upload new content, especially if you love Sully. I'm excited. But give us a like if you would. Check out the Patreon link in the description. If you like what we're doing and you want to consider supporting the channel, gain access to special events, special content, all of our GPS data from all of our adventures. Patreon links in the description are here on the QR code. And for all of our merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all those things. Bye.